Jim, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon, and congratulations to the BBC, because you've just gone through the NOA's corporate accreditation process and passed with merit, so very well done.
If you're going to do this, you need to do it properly. We engaged a lot of stakeholders in the organisation, probably about 20, 25. Most of those are quite senior stakeholders, but we needed them to be engaged because they were the people that were influencing this and delivering lots of these relationships. So what we found was we need to look at those handover points to make sure that they were as efficient as possible. And that was the biggest learning, actually, that's come out of it. And the timing was perfect because we just recompeted our finance service, and we've been able to apply that linkage of those handovers in that contract. And already we're seeing the benefits of that. So that was the big thing for us, those linkages between the various phases.
And do you think you can actually translate that into top-level benefits to the BBC?
Yeah, I mean the top level benefits, first of all, is cost savings, because we're using our resource more effectively. We're introducing a new operating model more quickly, so we get the benefits more quickly. And the other one, which I think probably is more important, is that we're finding that we're anticipating problems early and taking action to avoid those problems rather than wait for them to happen. And that, I think, is the biggest benefit, because it saves time and energy and resource for us, but it does the same for our service providers as well. So that's a really big benefit, actually.
So you said you looked at other accreditation programs and you decided to go with NOA. Could you articulate a little bit more what was different about NOA's accreditation program?
Well, I think when I looked at what we were doing, the weaknesses I saw was in the kind of pre-planning stage and the relationship management stage. The procurement bit was really effective in the BBC, and we haven't really seen any lessons coming out of that part for us. I wanted to look at the planning and the execution, and I didn't see any other models out there that did that. I saw lots of models that did the buying bit and effective buying. I saw lots of models that looked at contract management, but I didn't see anything that looked at the whole end-to-end thing that joined it all up. And particularly bearing in mind that our biggest lesson was through the transition of phases, I needed something that looked at every single phase of the life cycle, and I think, well, I was certain that NOA was the only one that did that at the time.
What advice would you give to any other organisation that was actually looking at going through the accreditation?
So be clear about what you're trying to do, deploy the right resource, and manage it properly, and then what will come out of it, I think, is a very clear understanding of how you could do better.